This was a very curious case. One I never thought I'd find myself doing ever in my time as a psychiatrist. However, Stockholm Asylum thought I was experienced enough to take on such a task. Though I wasn't sure if their enthusiasm was well-founded or just unnerving to me. I was asked to visit a young patient by the name of Jake Harris, a young man from Canada who had supposedly experienced a high level of trauma on a vacation in Sweden that he'd mixed with superstitious beliefs to somehow make sense of it all, if that makes sense. However, this trauma had been involved with a murder and disappearance case of 3 other people. I handle schizophrenic cases quite a lot, but not with murder involved, and I remember feeling this knot in my stomach telling me not to go when it was on my desk, staring right at me in the shape of a folder, but I ignored it. The travel, however, was not something I looked forward to. I hate planes. I had to travel to the other side of the country to do this session with this patient. As I arrived at the asylum, the air had gone musty and cold as I entered the building. It was strange, but it was an old building, so maybe that was the reason. The nurses and head doctor didn't hesitate on introducing me to the patient waiting in his room, locked up securely like he was an animal. This was a sad sight to me, but I couldn't let my own emotions get involved with the case, so I took a deep breath, feeling the musty air fly down into my lungs and back out before entering the young man's room. He didn't even look up once or speak. He just sat there, mumbling silent words. I tried introducing myself, but got no response from the patient. Had I only remained back home.
Hey, what's that, Jake?
Oh, it was Theo's. He really liked recording everything he did.
He wanted to become a journalist or something?
Yeah, probably.
God, I miss him.
Yeah, man.
Hey, you two. Try not to think too much about it, alright? Just try to relax, have some fun, and find this Danish friend of yours.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Is she hot, though?
Oh, dude, get your mind out of the gutter.
As we're listening to the recording, I noticed how still he was sitting, like a statue, except for his chest that would suck in air to his lungs and back out. What happened to Theo, Jake? I asked as I looked at the young man, though there was no response. I won't pretend like I'm completely clueless, Jake. Theo was your younger brother, wasn't he? And something happened. All right, let's continue with the tape.
How does this work?
So where is she? Wasn't she supposed to be here at noon?
Yeah, I don't know where she is, actually.
Think she got eaten by a bear or something? Do they even have wild bears in Sweden?
I don't know. But if anything, I think she would end up eating the bear if it tried to. Oh, Jesus!
What's this about me eating bears?
Ida, you scared me. Hey!
Hey, you. Did you arrive here easy enough?
Yeah, it was surprisingly an easy trip. Sorry. This is my big brother, Will.
Hey.
And this is Mark.
Hello.
Hello, Amita. Nice to meet you. So, I was thinking that we're going to go east for now, for maybe about 20 minutes, and then see what we'll find. If nothing special, we'll go north. Sounds good?
Sure. Lead the way.
So what was this area called again?
Quiere, darling. We're going to find DeCoppi, the Statue of Integrity.
Argentine?
Uh-huh. Nailed it.
So are you going to record everything like you talked about?
Yeah. I got everything with me. Ah, shit, the recorder turned on by itself.
You nailed it.
Shut up.
During the tape's playthrough, I noticed the patient slowly place his gaze upon me. Though there was no emotion, only silent mumbles. I tried to read his lips, but it was all gibberish to me. I had so many questions, but I couldn't get one single question out for some reason. The stare of this patient reminded me of a zombie. There was a strange cry of help in his eyes, yet he switched between a cry of help and nothing for a split second. All I could do was just to play another tape.
You know, I used to be in a band once.
Oh?
Yeah.
You mean when you got so drunk that you threw up inside the bass drum?
You know, you don't have to mention that.
You threw up in the bass drum?
I was young, okay? Like 15.
More like 26.
Well, I'm sure you knew how to party. Jake, you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. That day Will threw up. I remember Theo taking care of Will that entire day.
Yeah. The kid had a good heart. He didn't even let Mom lift a finger.
What happened to him again?
I don't know if...
No, it's fine. I was at a friend's house. He lived in the same neighborhood. This was like a year ago. We had a few drinks, smoked a little weed. I had forgotten my charger back home, and my friend David didn't have one for the kind of phone that I had. So I decided to get behind the wheel at night and go back home to go get it. Theo saw me pull up, and while he was playing in the driveway, but I didn't see him.
It's okay, man.
How is it okay? How is it okay? I killed Theo!
I'll go after him. Jake, wait!
I'm sorry, Will. Must have been a hell of a thing to go through.
Yeah. Kid was 12 years old. He would have turned 13 a week ago.
Damn. I'm sorry, man.
Yeah.
Wait. Did Jake's recorder turn on by itself? How many times does this thing...
How old were you when it happened?
19.
I don't know why, but I didn't expect him to answer. So you're 20 now? I asked as I noticed a slight nod in response. So, do you want to explain what happened yourself? Or would it be easier if we play the tapes? I watched the young man slowly pull out his hands, as he had been sitting hunched over with his arms wrapped around himself, and slowly pulled out the next tape from the box and handed it to me. The look in his eyes made me feel extremely uncomfortable, though I decided to get a grip and do this as professionally as I could, and took the tape and played it.
Jake and Will really seemed upset last night, huh?
Yeah, I know.
How long was it that he said it had been since, you know?
About a year. Tomorrow will be the anniversary of when it happened.
Can't imagine the pain those guys must be going through.
All we can do is to be there for them. At least, I can do more to help than just type a few words on a keyboard for the next few days.
How long have you and Jake been friends? How did you meet?
I went on a school trip to Toronto a few years back. I met him at a mall there. Thought he was cute, so I started talking to him. Hell, if he thought I was weird, I didn't have to worry about seeing him again.
Then you saw he was a weirdo too, huh?
Something like that. But I guess fate just wanted us to be friends, but we're really close friends. Don't know what I would do without him.
Yeah, I know what you mean. He's a great guy.
Hey, you'll never guess what I found.
Jesus, how long did you go take a piss?
What did you find, Will?
I found a cabin. Like over there.
A cabin? That shouldn't be possible.
Well, it is. I just saw it. It's like creepy and it's got moss everywhere. Everything is either growing on it or over it. Come on. I'll wake up Sleepyhead in here and we'll go and check it out, eh?
Sure, why not?
You awake?
So, this Ida was more than a friend, perhaps? Once again, there was nothing but a death stare from the patient. The Swedish authorities didn't manage to find her in the area. Do you know where she is, Jake? He kept staring at me as he grabbed for the next tape and handed it to me. I could swear there was a slight smirk forming at the corner of his lips for a split second.
Yeah, this works. But the camera's a bust.
What's going on?
Jake's camera went bust last night for some reason.
Come on, man. Just let it go.
I just really wanted to.
I know. But hey, you can record it with Theo's recorder at least, huh? So it's not a total bummer.
Well, I'm not going to let the lake wait any longer. If you need me, I'll be swimming gracefully in the water.
Yeah, right.
It's okay, Jake. Maybe it'll work later?
Maybe.
Well,
Oh my god, what are you doing?
we will be joining Mark in the lake.
What? No. Will, put me down. No! You asshole.
What the hell? Hello? Theo?
Come on, I want to show you something.
What the hell is going on?
Are you coming? Hello?
I'm losing it. I'm legit losing it.
This way. It's so cool.
Wait up. Wait! Fuck.
You shouldn't have come here, Jake. There's bad things here.
This isn't real. What the fuck?
There's bad things here, Jake. They're coming for you.
What the fuck? No! No! Let me go!
They're gonna play, Jake. Just let them in. Let them in. Now it's time to play, Jake.
Jake, what the hell?
Jake? What happened? Oh my god, is he okay?
What the hell is going on?
Hey, buddy. Come on, man, wake up.
Should we get help? Oh my god, Jake.
Hey, you okay, bud? What
back to the cabin. We got the fireplace working, right?
Yeah, we did. But shouldn't we get help or something?
Let's just get him back before we go that far. Come on, buddy. You're all right.
Are you kidding me? We just found him unconscious on the ground.
Just let Will handle this. Come on, let's head back.
Fine, whatever.
Jag är ledsen främling, men skogen måste få mätta sin hunger.
What was that? I was in a shock. No one had told me about a child and a fifth adult being involved in this. What happened to this patient? Why was I not informed? The patient was just staring at me, clearly forgetting about the saliva in his mouth, building out and moving down to his legs. Who was that, Jake? Jake, what happened to you?
Play the next tape.
I was strangely compelled to do as he said, but the question still burned inside of my head, screaming for an answer.
Yeah? Who are you? Ida? Could you,
Goddag, kan jag hjälpa med något? Talar du dansk?
Det här tillhör din vän.
Wait, is that Jake's recorder? Why does he have it?
Tack. Varann var det att det är hans?
Jag såg honom tappa det när du plockade upp det.
Mark, do you have any idea what they're saying?
Not one bit.
Så tackar vi i hvert fald. Vil du ikke have en kort?
Your friend has been marked by the forest. If you're smart, you leave him here and run.
So that's a no from the nutcase then?
Right. Well, we're not gonna leave him, but, thank you for the warning.
The Swedish guy is crazy. Large and crazy. Usually this is when we get chopped up into pieces. Ouch.
You have been warned.
Well, that was interesting. Ida, are you okay?
I'm gonna check on Jake for a minute. Turn that thing off.
All right.
Marked? I had never been so confused and intrigued at the same time. What does that mean? Jake, what happened in the fort?
Doctor, there's a phone call for you.
I was honestly a bit annoyed that the nurse interrupted the session, but she was just doing her job. Thank you, nurse. I got up, giving the patient one last look before I walked outside to accept the call. I noticed the nurse was getting Jake's medicine ready. I didn't have a whole lot of time now. You never knew how drowsy some of the medicine could make a person. The call was from my secretary back home. She, however, seemed very frantic. Calm down, Lindsay. What are you talking about? I listened carefully as my secretary sounded very faint, and she told me something rather strange. I was getting quite worried about her mental state at this point. What do you mean that the asylum doesn't exist, Lindsay? What did I tell you about doing overtime? You need to use this time to work on your divorce. All right? Take some time off. I'll be back in a few weeks, all right? I'm not going to listen to this superstitious hocus pocus, Lindsay. Now, I'll talk to you soon. Goodbye. I felt bad hanging up on her like that. She had been working for me from day one, but she was in a sensitive state of mind, and it didn't take a lot for her to freak out. I walked back to the room, and my entire body turned to ice. I busted through the door to find blood all over the walls and the floor, filling the air with a rusty, rotten smell. The blood looked dried. None of it was wet enough to look recent. Jake was sitting, gnawing into the corpse of the nurse. Her corpse had looked months old, like she'd been drowned. Bloated and rotting black spots all over her body. I felt a chill run down my spine, and my jaw dropped. My entire body froze in shock. I wanted to scream, but nothing came out of my mouth. I just stood there, watching. The corpse of the nurse suddenly raised her arm. She held a tape in her hand, with water dripping from it. The tape was bloody and old. What the hell? I said to myself. And then the nurse's gaping, partially eaten mouth managed to expire these words.
Play the tape.
I wanted to run. It was like a stone had grown in my throat. It was hard to breathe through the clot that had formed in my throat. My hand was shaking as I reached through the cold, heavy air and hesitantly grabbed the tape. The tape player was in the middle of the room, on the small table where I just sat. But the table's metal legs were covered in rust, or blood, or both. I somehow managed to walk over to the table and open the lid of the machine. I took out the previous played tape and placed the new tape inside the machine. I placed down the lid as another chill hit me.
Now it's time for your pills. Is there a problem? Do I have to get Alfred and Hans to help you swallow these pills? There we go, see? Much better.
Do you fear insanity, nurse?
Nope, not at all.
Not even after being diagnosed with schizophrenia yourself? Seems a little hypocritical, don't you think?
How do you know that?
How did he know that?
You only had a few suspicions. Nothing worth worrying about. You just thought you were different. Then when your husband left you for a sluttier and a younger woman down the street, you snapped. He thought you didn't know, but come on.
What the hell?
Close, but we're not there just yet.
I didn't know what to say. As I looked up, I realized the room had returned into its spotless state. Jake was sitting on his bed, smirking slightly. This isn't real. I watched Jake in fear when he reached over and grabbed another tape. My heart was beating like it was desperately trying to break through my ribcage. I've never been so afraid of a play button in my entire life.
Jake, where are you? Jake!
Will!
Jesus, Mark, where's Ida? Where's Jake?
Seriously, why the hell do you want to find Jake? Let's just get the hell out of here.
Because he's my brother. Something's wrong with him. He's sick.
More like possessed. Did you not just see his eyes, dude?
Yeah, I did, but I'm not gonna give up on him, man. Wait, did you bring his recorder?
If we're going to die today, I'm gonna make sure that there's evidence of it. No way in hell I'm going to end up on a missing person poster, dude.
Nothing is going to happen. We'll be fine.
The hell? Was that a kid?
That's not possible.
What?
Theo!
Wait, Theo? The kid that died?
Theo!
Will, wait!
Theo!
Oh, fuck. I hate the forest. I hate the forest.
Where the hell are you?
Over here.
The room was so silent it was almost deafening. I fought to think of something to say, but my mind was in chaos. What happened, Jake? I asked, not sure if this even were Jake anymore. What happened to your friends? What happened to your brother, Will? He had a smug grin on his lips as he looked up at me.
Caswell Armina. Consemar Medwan Scoror.
What? Jake, what's going on?
It's okay, Doctor. They're all at peace in the water's silent atmosphere.
I heard the tape recorder starting to wind up its gears. And that's when I realized I was the next case.